Won't you start the music, get into it? Won't you dance with me? Find a place to lose it, you can do it. Won't you dance with me?
Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I basically get Clyde ready for a show, but not the cleaning part. I mean more like the riding preparation part, because I get asked all the time how I get him on the bit and how I get him to move properly. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I've got Clyde in just now in his stable, and I'm going to give him a quick brush, get all the mud off him, and then I'm going to take him out to the field and basically just kind of give you like a quick tutorial on how I do it. Obviously Clyde is beautiful and very handsome, but a kind of like disclaimer before I do this video is that Clyde's been schooled to be like doing showing all his life, so it's easier for me than it would be for me working with other horses to get him to go on a nice outlining, to get him to move properly, because that's what he's been taught to do all his life. If your pony has not, obviously it's not going to be as easy, and that's my disclaimer. But I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'm hoping to go back to 2 videos a week now because I'm finished school finally. So for shows I don't ever brush Clyde's mane unless it's show day, because he's a fell pony, so you're meant to, am I still in frame? Yes. You're meant to basically leave their mane natural and just kind of make sure you keep the knots out of it. So all I really do with Clyde's mane is detangle it every few days basically. But Clyde's got quite a nice mane, it doesn't really get tangled, whereas some horses' manes get in loads of knots. As you can see, Clyde is super shiny at the moment, so I just kind of get him to be super shiny by just giving him regular brushes, being really kind of like going quite quick with the brush instead of just kind of doing that, because that's not really helpful. So that gets all the dust out, as you can see. For competition wise, I do mainly working hunter and showing, so that requires a lot of keeping Clyde quite fit, because even though showing is just kind of like you walk, trot, you canter around and then you do your show, you do need to have them really fit for that to get them going forward. There is a cat right beside the camera. I don't think you can actually see her, so that's keeping me distracted from talking. But yeah, you need to get them really fit, and you need to get them going really forward. So I've more focused on getting Clyde going forward before I try and get him to go in the bit, because the judge would rather see you going really forward than going really lazy but having your horse like on the bit. And I also think when you've got them going forward, it kind of encourages them to go on the bit naturally as well, so it makes it easier. I guess there's a lot more to showing than it looks, but I'm going to try and give you my tips on how I get Clyde going nicely today. This was us at our most recent show. Sorry about the terrible camera quality, but as you can see, Clyde is very pretty. So my next show with Clyde is Neilston show, which is a week today, and that is a blue qualifier. So I'm hoping I qualify, because last weekend we went to the NPS spring show and we missed qualifying by 1 place, which happened to us a lot of times last year. So I'm hoping, we just not really had luck with Blair, to be honest. The first year I went, I fell off and then got stung by a wasp when I fell off. And then the second year I went, Clyde went lame, like a day before the show. And we'd paid for the stabling though, so we still went, and like, but I couldn't compete. We just went and had a £200 stable that we couldn't use really, so it was great. And then year 3, I kept missing qualifying by 1 place and ended up not even qualifying. So Blair was really good last year, but I didn't compete at it. For my warm-up, I always use a schoolie stick. You can't use these in the show ring, but so I use like a short kind of brown cane in the show ring, and I don't really use it, I just hold it. And normally Clyde just knowing it's there kind of means I don't even need to use it. But yeah, I always warm up with one of these, and you don't really actually tap the horse with it. Normally you just kind of like flick at their bum, and that kind of gets them going forward. So before I get on, I always try and line Clyde up square, because in the type of competition I do, you have to do an in-hand part and you're meant to have them square, but Clyde never has his back feet square, and I still struggle with it to this day. I can normally get his front feet square quite easily, but his back feet, it just doesn't work. So if you have any tips in the comments on how to get him completely square when I'm not riding him, please let me know, because I need the help. But yeah, I always practice that, and then once I get on him, I start by walking around on a loose rein, and I normally trot on a loose rein as well. and that just kind of gets him to loosen up, because if I start immediately with him like right on the bit, he's really tense the whole ride and he doesn't really move his legs properly. So I always do start on a looser rein, and just I focus on getting him going forward before I bother trying to get him on an outline, because I would rather he was moving than being really lazy and going on an outline. So yeah, you can see that here. I just kind of have a loose rein, just walk him about, do some circles and try and keep him interested. When I'm in the show ring competing Clyde, I like to feel as if I'm not putting in all the work, and that's when Clyde's going well. So to do that, I will normally, I will do as many transitions as possible in the warm-up. I'll be trying to keep him going really forward. I will be doing lots of circles. I'll be doing 3 loop serpentines, leg yielding, and getting him to kind of like move his head both ways to get him concentrating, just literally doing anything that keeps Clyde interested, because Clyde gets bored really easily, and I want him to keep going forward, so that's how I keep him interested. I also do a lot of walk to canter and trot to halt transitions and halt to trot, because obviously they're like unexpected transitions, because he expects just to go down like one transition, if that makes sense. When I'm competing, I have 2 reins, so I usually just warm up with the top rein and just like tie the bottom rein together or something so that it's like out of my way, and that's just because I guess it gives me less to like hold when I'm warming up, so I can concentrate on warming up. And also it means that when I get the bottom rein out, like in my head, like, and I guess in Clyde's head as well, he knows it's show business time and it's time for him to focus. And I always hold my hands a little bit higher. You probably don't see me doing it in this video, because this video was from years ago, and this was like just after I got Clyde, so I wasn't very good at riding him. I didn't really know how to ride him properly yet. But yeah, I'll hold my hands a little bit higher with my double reins on, and I will hold my hands quite far forward as well, and that just gets him going in a really nice outline, and it makes him go much more forward. It's like the second I do that, he like clicks into showbiz. It's like he knows exactly what he's meant to be doing. Yeah, you can see her in hand here. Well, it's just past now, but we're not very good at it, and that's something I've never been good at, and I need to work on it a lot. So I'm going to be practicing it a lot this year, because I really want to qualify for Blair this year and hopefully do well at it too. That's basically our my roundup of showing in like 7 minutes. I'm going to make this into a series where I go into a lot more detail, but I thought that was a good like really quick summary. I think I mainly focused on the warm-up actually in that one, of how I warm them up. But yeah, I'm hoping this will help a lot of people, and please comment below what kind of things you want to see in the series. I'll do like a getting ready with like grooming wise, and like going to a show day. I'll do a vlog of Nielsen show this weekend, but like all these things I think it would be a fun series, and hopefully you can learn a bit about showing. So please comment below your suggestions. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.